Hello everyone, welcome back to SHARCOM 2022. Thanks Baconman for those 2 runs. And now we have Bacon, who's going to be running, not for the first time in this marathon, Sly Cooper. Joined by Sly Sonic. Take it away, guys.
Alright then. Hello everyone from everywhere. I think you probably all know me already. Second place in ASM. Yay. Go me. Oh yeah, here's Sly Cooper and the TVS Raccoonus, also known as Sly Raccoon in PAL regions for whatever reason. And joining me in commentary is Sly Sonic.
Hi. You don't know me, but I speedrun this game. Well, I actually speedrun the other Sly games, but this game is also part. So, hi.
Yeah. Alright. So the run officially starts when you, load into a new file. Basically, there's a cool thing in this game where you have a run file, kind of like in SHAR, where it's at the start of the first level, Paris. Although this file is also a bit different to just a normal save file, as it's been modified a tad bit so we can skip all the cutscenes due to a glitch in the game. Only available on the original version as well. So yeah, that's cool. But yeah, if everything's ready on the restream's end, then we can start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good
No,
luck.
not go yet. That's the saving one. Okay, go now. Good start.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, here's Paris. It's super speedy and fast and easy. Okay, I died. Another attempt. Oh yeah, normally you're supposed to go inside the police headquarters here and deal up some folders or something. I don't know. I will just skip it completely by doing that.
Yep, there's a small area where the death plane doesn't quite extend, so you can just go right to the end area, and Baconman can go into the van to the hideout. Normally it's like 10 minutes long, but we set up the file so that we can skip that cutscene, so we'll be skipping all the animated cutscenes with the press of a button.
Yep. Also, I'm playing in French. Why? It saves half a second for me specifically. My setup.
It's a really specific setup where, because Baconman is running on PS2, he can save half a second watching the first boss cutscene rather than resetting the console over it. So French just saves that little bit extra time for him.
Yep. And specifically a 70k PS2. I believe a 90k would be faster to reset still over. Also, that's a cool science strat.
Yep. We're going to be doing quite a few of these throughout the run. These are proxies. You can see Baconman just went in between the sign and the entranceway to the cave and shot way up into the air. We're going to be seeing that quite a few times. Here Baconman is going to be doing kind of a hard strat called Boost Jump, which just gives him a tiny bit more height and allows him to just clear that gap out of bounds. So here's another really difficult strat that Baconman is opting to go for. If he manages to hit it, you'll see Sly is going to zoom way throughout the field and towards the end, so let's see.
He's in it. He's in it.
Unfortunately.
Oh well, almost. Let's try that again. I did say this was gonna be a train wreck probably, so yeah. But it'll look cool, just trust me, it'll look cool.
Yeah, we're going for style points this run.
Yes, well, I have a schedule as well, so no need to rush. Right. Let's see how this side. There and wee. Alright, that'll work.
Nice. here Baconman is collecting his first key. Spoiler alert, you might not need every single key in the game. You normally need 7 keys to unlock the boss in the world, but we'll just see how Baconman gets around that in this world and a few of the other worlds, so we'll see how he does.
I think Individual only collects 9 keys in total. Well, for me at least.
Yeah, you can beat the game without even collecting, or by just only collecting 7 keys out of the 28 keys that you need. But the faster way is 8 keys, and the most consistent way is 9 keys. The key animation is only like 7 seconds, it doesn't matter that much. Here Baconman is going to be doing a jump over the roof. We're not talking about the name of this trick, but if he gets it right, he'll go right over the roof and skip the 3 key requirement. Now he's on his way to skip the 7 key requirement by doing what's known as a super jump. He sets his position behind the cannon, which has the cutscene trigger, and if he jumps around like this, the grounded position never changes. He gets stuck, and if he does it right, we'll see him just go right through the cannon and into the boss. Very nice.
Just like that. And now we get to see a cool cutscene thanks to friends.
Yep.
Here's friends rally.
Yep.
Oh, comme c'est charmant. Nous avons un invité. Le seul problème, c'est que... Je hais les invités
Amazing.
surprises.
Attends, Oleg. Tu anéantis ma famille et tu me voles mon bien?
Incredible.
Tu t'attendais à quoi?
So now Baconman, so we mentioned earlier Baconman's running on the 70k PS2. The game is fastest on the backwards compatible PS3, simply because the reset times are way faster, and we can reset over these boss introduction cutscenes. In Baconman's case, like we said, he plays in French just so this cutscene is a little bit faster, but you'll notice when we get to the next boss, he's going to reset the console, and yeah, it's faster to reset over that particular cutscene for him, and I believe the 4th world as well.
Yes, indeed. Although for 4th world it only saves about half a second.
We love half a second time saves. But anyways, here's Raleigh. Raleigh's gonna bounce 5 times, and there's a tiny little optimization Baconman can go for, where you hit Raleigh as he jumps back up to a center platform, and it kind of skips his drowning animation. Just a very nice little time save from, I think it saves like half a second per or a second per, I'm not really sure. But one important thing is that after the boss gets defeated, there's normally 2 long cutscenes after that, showing, you beat me, and I'm going to this location next. Thankfully we can skip that. The game only checks if you actually hit him for the final time, same with all the other bosses. So you can just hit him, pause the game, and go right to the hideout. And now we're on to World 2.
Yes, indeed. And here in World 2 Rocky Start we have a nice strat involving Cletus. Now, this isn't the same Cletus from Simpsons. This isn't Cletus Lockdown Yoko. No, this Cletus is a dog.
Oh boy, Cletus the dog.
Oh yeah. And we're gonna try to go for a strat called, is it Keetus Yeetus indeed?
Yep, this is going to be Ketus, a variation of Cletus Yeetus.
Ah, I see. Not quite. Oh, well, I want that song. Alright. Almost.
Alright, that's just that's unfortunate. But what Baconman is going to be trying to do is, the best case scenario is that he gets launched way up into the air with a lot of momentum, and can just go right to the end. Hopefully he can demonstrate like that. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, no problem. I got this. Just once. That'll work.
Yay! Sorry, I'm delayed. Yay!
I could probably make it not delayed.
So we can skip this animation of the key and the door opening by clipping to the top of it. It's a little bit tricky.
Okay, now you can watch the Discord.
Alright, awesome. So here Baconman is going to load the game, and he's just going to load the game again to skip the cutscene. And now we're going to do another exciting proxy to skip the 3 key requirement. This is the world that is supposed to skip first key, but it's a little bit tricky, so we skip the first one. Let's see how well this will go.
Wee.
Nice.
A lot, and these proxies don't work on the remastered version that you can play on PS3.
That's why that's one of the reasons why we have the split between original and remaster. The primary reason is because of how we style, but remaster also has some features involved. Here we can see Baconman do another super jump to get right into the boss trigger for this trigger. And now he's going to reset the console here, and we get to see the exciting PS2 opening.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful. So this cutscene is like a minute long, and resetting takes. How long does your resets take?
I have it timed somewhere, but I think about 54 seconds.
Yeah, so it just saves a nice little, nice few 6 seconds. The reset times on backwards compatible PS3 can be like 40 something seconds, so that saves up a nice amount throughout the run.
Oh yeah.
We're sticking with the PS2, good old classic PS2.
Yeah. Also, PC PS3s are quite notorious for hardware failure.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So here we're going to see the mugshot boss fight. You have to hit all these mirrors, so that something damage. If we hit mugshot here, we can skip an animation and dialogue of "My beautiful guns are destroyed," and that saves a good chunk of time compared to just listening to that. Here Baconman is on the second phase, which can be a bit scary if you're not careful, but he's got this.
And then we fall down.
Woohoo!
On top of the mirror. Oh, almost.
Yeah, you can land on top of that mirror, it's just extra swag points, doesn't do anything. But here we're going to see a scary jump called Chandelier Jump, where he's going to jump on the chandelier and hit these mirrors really quickly. Oh, that is a beautiful recovery.
Wow.
That was a really good recovery. And just like that, the boss is defeated, and we skip all the cutscenes after that, and now we're on to World 3.
Indeed.
Now you probably noticed the game is back in English. That's a funny thing with the PS2 settings. Because Baconman set the game to French at the beginning, but his console is in English, it kind of dynamically changes like that. So we're back on English.
Yeah.
Baconman is going to be doing a nice trick here called DSJ.
Bug.
Unfortunate.
DSJ is one of the harder strats in this game, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, DSJ can be really finicky to get, especially if you try and get it first try. I believe there's a new alternative, or quote-unquote new alternative for DSJ for original players, but us remaster folk have to stick with DSJ. Thankfully, you can get it down pretty easily, but it can always be a little scary.
Yeah, is it are you talking about the van proxy?
Yep.
Yeah, that doesn't even work on PAL.
Oh yeah, there's
Oh,
not
yeah.
really a setup for PAL like the NTSC version of the game. Baconman landed on the rock, but he also has to hit the second part of DSJ. Unfortunate.
That was like 1 frame too late on the jump.
Unfortunate. And I noticed the thing in chat saying that English is super slow for the other Sly games, and that is absolutely true. Because of how much longer the other Sly games are, English is very slow. You can save about 5 minutes by playing in Korean for Sly 2 and I think 6 minutes in Sly 3.
Yep.
That was interesting.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's like 1 or 2 more times, then I'll just do other strat.
Yeah, you got this.
Okay, this will be the one. Okay, that should be good. And in the camera and jump. There we go.
Woohoo! Then that's DSJ. Skips a big chunk of the level, and now we're at the end section. We have to hit these candles to set the key free, and then we can grab the key. Just squeezing through all these guards, nice and optimal candle hitting. And then here comes the last one. There we go.
You've done it. The mojo.
The mojo. Reminiscent of Sly 1 any% cheats where Bentley had a nice pie.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so now we're on to the World 3 hub. Sadly, there's no major skips here. If you find it, you get free money, I guess. But we've all tried to skip this world, but we just have to go through it normally. Thankfully, you don't have to do every level normally. There are still big skips, like in this level, where we just practically go from start to finish really easily. This is Lair of the Beast. He's gonna start by loading the game to skip the cutscene, and then we'll just see the out of bounds that he does. Pretty simple, actually.
Yeah, this is one of the easier levels in World 3.
I think World 3 in general is pretty easy, minus the next level, which which has a bit of a history, but yeah. You can see Baconman going out of bounds while walking along these big walls. Oh, he's going for it. Oh, he hits it. That's a bit of a scarier jump called Snake Jump, just saves a tiny bit of time, and it's very risky, but Baconman just hits it, no problem.
And yes, I will go for the skip here, at least for a little bit.
Oh boy. So, the Piranha Lake, this is our first minigame of the run. We have to light 25 torches to unlock the door, or we could go for the really funny skip, which skips all the torches, called Fish Skip. This trick is the bane of the existence of the Sly 1 speedrun.
Yeah, I mean, to get the first part, wow. Okay.
Alright, so Baconman's gonna try and just... Whoa! Okay, that's not quite Fish Skip.
Close enough.
So we're gonna be trying to just wiggle at this door, and maybe we clip through it, maybe we don't. That's pretty much the gist of the original version. There's another version where you just ram up the wall and somehow barely make it, but both are really hard. And you can get stuff like what just happened to Baconman.
Okay, yeah, we got a good enough outcome out of that. Let's actually do the level normally.
Yay!
I've only ever hit Fish Skip like 3 or 4 times ever.
So we're just gonna ram over all these fish to fuel our torch, and we just light all the 25 torches around. As you can see, the fish like to go in all sorts of directions, and you can get good at this, but there is still a lot of just manipulation and like practically RNG in this minigame. There is another minigame later in this world that's also kind of similar, but you can really improve at these minigames. We can just see Baconman doing a nice job collecting the fish optimally and setting all the torches. He just has a few more to go. This is a pretty good pace for a fish.
Yeah, it's decent. That one, and then one more somewhere. Maybe
Yeah.
someone else. Oh, there it is. Okay. Be good.
All good. So So now we're gonna pause as we hit this key so that we can view map and go back to the hub. That skips the key animation and also sets us up nicely for a trick that Baconman is just gonna use to enter the next level a little bit earlier. First try, nice and easy, and we're on to a grave undertaking, which I think has the biggest skip in World 3, I think, and it's fairly easy but can be a little bit tricky. We're gonna go out of bounds here and just walk to the end of the level. So let's see if he hits this. And
Nice and fast.
nice and fast, very, very nice.
Jump up here and then back in bounds.
And we're at the end of the level, just like that. This level is actually quite long casually, and even the old strat took a bit of time, but that out of bounds is really fast.
Oh yeah.
And now we can actually skip unlocking the 3-key barrier by just going out of bounds here. We still need to get all the keys because we need all 7 keys at the end. But if we just go out of bounds, we can enter the next set of levels just a bit faster. And here is down home cooking, also known as chickens.
Yeah, unfortunately, more the chicken from last one isn't here, but yeah, still about the chickens.
Mort the chickens here in spirit.
Yeah.
So we need to just whack 50 chickens. That's the simple objective here. Whack all 50 in the time limit. Every now and then these roosters are going to spawn carrying bombs. And they will try and chase after you and try and blow you up, which can be very stressful on occasions, but assuming Baconman's just going to be nice and optimal and or safe with this, we shouldn't have too much issues. We're just gonna see how he's gonna do here.
Yeah, my
can
PBS, they just get hit by the roosters once.
Yeah, thankfully on the original version, getting hit isn't too big of a deal because there's a thing that we can do with loading the game, which we abuse to even make the cutscene skip file in the first place. So if we just load the game, we can get our lucky charm back. Lucky charms let you take an extra hit, and we do have some specific routing around getting lucky charms. But thankfully Baconman didn't get hit here, so he's just going to grab the key, and we're off to the next level. My favourite level in the game. It's not my favourite level in the game. I hate this level.
Especially in coinless.
Especially in coinless. The coinless any percent route is about the same as any percent, except this level where you just have to wait a lot. So we start off with just this boat section. This is nothing special, but we get to control this vehicle, and we just got to get right to the end. And this level is really boring and also really stressful at the same time. So we'll see how that works out for Baconman here. Hopefully nothing too big. We have the extra charm. But yeah.
Moving through here, they both just get a spin.
Challenge to the next world, which had spinning in any percent, where you just spin in a corner and then you just plop right to the end while you control the vehicle. There's technically a variant of spinning here, where we can get launched by the checkpoint that Baconman just passed, but it's very inconsistent and only saves like 7 seconds, so not really worth it, unless you're on a dead run and going for world record. But Baconman's just going to take it nice and safe here. Unfortunate hit there, that's not too bad. But you can see how this can get really stressful if you want to go really optimal. So we're just going to see Baconman get through the level nice and quickly. Try not to get hit by the ghosts or the flaming turtle heads that are being thrown at us. Don't push the flaming turtle heads.
Yeah, it's just evil mojo magic.
Yeah. So now there is a bit of a strat we can do here. We have to hit all 3 of these gravestones. Baconman is going to go at a slightly higher elevation just to try and hit them a little bit earlier without having to shoot throughout the entire barrier. Baconman did that really nice and quickly, and we get our 6th key of the world. On to the last key.
Oh yeah. And yeah, flashlight guards don't see you if you just jump over the flashlight.
Amazing. It's a really it's a really obvious skip, and I don't know how they managed to miss that, but they did. Baconman has been getting these triple hits really nicely. Those big clutter of branches take multiple hits, but you can hit multiple times with one swing, and Baconman's been getting all of them nicely. So here we're going to do a big skip, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but it also kind of makes sense. Where you double jump, and he missed it, unfortunately.
Almost.
Almost got it. There is so what Baconman is trying to do is get in between 2 different planes of water, and if you manage to squeeze through, you can just walk under the water and just skip right to the end of the key, which skips a lot of the level, where you have to go to the end and then just kind of work your way throughout all these things. But luckily we have a trick here, and Baconman will hopefully hit it here this time. Let's see.
This one isn't that bad. Like that.
Beautiful. So now we just go under the water, and we just need to double jump back up and get the key. I hope you guys like chickens, because we're going back to the chicken level.
Oh yeah.
Only to immediately leave the chicken level. That just takes us much closer to the boss trigger, which is just right outside of the chicken level. Saves a lot of time compared to just running back. So we open that thing, and we're off to the boss fight for this level. Ms. Ruby. Ironically, Ms. Ruby has the shortest cutscene out of all the bosses, but she talks really, really slowly, so it really just kind of drags on. But we're just going to be watching this cutscene in English, no French, sadly.
Yeah. If I was specifically playing the remaster version on PAL, then I would be playing in French.
Yeah, well, you give me the creeps too,
Yep.
lady.
In all keys,
Cooking up an army of
specifically as
ghosts
well.
isn't a very neighborly pastime.
It's a really specific set of circumstances.
Yes.
Kind of touching on languages. French saved time like half a second in the first boss. On the final boss, every language on the PS2 version that isn't English, Japanese, and Korean loses a lot of time. The end cutscene ends up at like 20 seconds slower at least, and it's kind of ridiculous for just a 50-second cutscene.
Oh,
But here we're onto the Ms. Ruby fight. Baconman's going to be doing a cutscene skip here by going out of bounds,
okay.
or not. Let's try that again.
Yeah.
So the objective here is to get out of bounds and die right behind Ms. Ruby. And for some reason that triggers the game to think that we died in the next phase of the fight. There's like a minute-long cutscene there's like a minute-long cutscene. I don't know if that works actually.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Nope.
Ah.
Okay.
Unfortunate. You have to die kind of in a specific part of the water, and Baconman just missed it. But you get to see the out of bounds again.
Out here, then jump back here. There we go.
There we go. That's gotta work. So now,
DDR.
DDR time. This is an exciting phase of the fight where there is actually basically no fail detection. You just have to hit the right button at the right time. So you can just mash the buttons.
Yep.
You can hear from the lovely drum beats of and on the camera here, Baconman just going ham. So yeah, that's about that's about how exciting this fight goes. We got 3 phases of this technically, but we can skip the last phase with the very simple trick of hitting her 2 times. Literally, it is super simple, and I don't know how they missed it.
Oh yeah, but if you like chickens, there's more chickens over here.
Oh yeah, we got the backflipping chickens.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Alrighty, back to phase 1.
Let's go.
We get more dancing chickens though,
Yeah, of course.
for the culture.
Slightly stopping mashing slightly too early. Yeah, that happens. Not the first time that's happened. At least it's not the PvP based one, so that's good.
Yep.
Now we're back here again.
Alright, let's see if we die. Woo!
Yeah, I don't know if I stopped mashing the button a bit too early, like every time. But that's just for me. Soundtrack though, gonna take. Just like games actually have a pretty good soundtrack.
True, very true. Especially in Sly 3, which we're gonna see a little bit later today.
Oh yeah. Alright, now we're gonna kill Ruby.
Let's see it. So we're gonna load the game here and just hit it twice, and there you go. Very easy. So we gotta pick up the charm here because sadly we lost it, but luckily we have this save point that just spawns us right in front of a charm. And then we just go off on our way to World 4.
To China.
So happy December. Welcome to the winter level.
Let's go flying.
Let's see this proxy. Ooh. Very nice. That proxy skips like half the level, so you can just go on through. First try really nice and easy for Baconman. Can be a bit hard if you don't know what you're doing, but Baconman got this easy. Almost got launched there. If you're too close to the door can send you really far away.
Oh yeah.
So here we can skip this sneaking section just by hitting the fireworks right below, which will spawn us inside this little building, and then we just go right out again. And there's a whole section where you go off to the right and you go off and pick the key, and thankfully we don't have to do that. We can just do another super jump like we did for World 1 and 2 skip. And we just get stuck right between these trees and we skip the key requirement. And then we're going to load the game here, and there's a slight chance Baconman can hit a jump here. Oh no. So if you mash X during that load, you can get sent really high, and it saves like a very minuscule amount of time. But Baconman not opting to go for it, which is understandable.
It saves time, really?
Yeah, it saves like 0.2 seconds.
Why was I not told this?
But here, Baconman skipped the 3 key requirement, and we go behind this level trigger, and we're going to do what is known as a void drown. Hopefully Baconman can get this first try. If we line up if we get the right lineup here, we can hit the water plane and also fall off the edge, so that Sai can drown into the void, and that sends us back up with a lot of speed and a lot of height. And this setup looks good enough, and if we did it right, you just hit the boss trigger and you're right to the 4th boss. Baconman resetting the console, saving that nice half a second.
Oh yeah. All 70k PS2.
Beautiful.
Basically for PS2s, the newer it is, the better it is. For this game at least.
Yeah, that's like the case with a lot of PS2 games. Like, the 90k just loads a lot faster and handles a lot of things really quickly, like lag and stuff. But the 70k is just as viable to run on, just a bit slower, unfortunate, but yeah, so slight time losses between the PS2. But here we are on the fourth boss fight, the Panda King. We're going to be hitting him 10 times and then attempting a trick to hit him another 10 times and repeat. There we go. So now Baconman hit that. Panda King is going to stay in his scared pose by jumping this specific way. And that makes the boss fight way easier. And he got all 4 of them really nice. And then we just hit him for the last time, and then we go off to World 5. World 4 goes by really quickly.
Oh yeah.
That was a very nice World 4. And now we're on to the last world of the game. Starting off with an exciting level, Hazardous Path. A true auto-scroller.
Fourth level in the game.
You just gotta sit tight for about 2.5 minutes and don't die. That's pretty much the objective, which is easier said than done because this level can actually be kind of hard.
Oh yeah. But also, if you want to see more Panda King, don't worry, he'll most likely be coming up soon as well.
Oh boy. Panda King, our beloved.
He's
Stay.
Falcon. Near the bay.
Yep, you can see how difficult it is to really hit them. And we cleared through the first phase.
It's just the last phase left.
Oh yeah, the last phase, a lot of them come swarming in. The second phase is a bit lighter and shorter than the first phase right here. But it can still be really annoying because you have to also shoot some mines right next to you. And if you don't kill them quick enough, then Murray will stop. That's a bit of time loss. But nice and optimal. Baconman clearing out all the mines. And then big rocks will come chasing down at us. We just have to shoot them down.
And this one as well.
Ah yeah, and then the random light in the background that you can break for some reason. And here is the third phase where they all come swarming in, and it can be really stressful, but that was almost close.
Alright, got there.
Woo! Very nice. Can always be really stressful if you're on a pace or anything. I have died more than once in this level.
Like everyone has.
On really good paces, yeah. So now we're on to Burning Rubber. This is our first van thing. There are 2 races we do before this, but we just kind of skipped over them, don't worry about it. But here we just need to smash 60 computers before the slugs do. You notice Baconman turned around at the very beginning to push one off of the level. That's because this level is actually just the same 4 slugs spawning over and over again. And I think Baconman got it right, where you can despawn, or rather you can force one of the slugs out of bounds, and then you can never see that slug, so it limits it to 3 slugs we're up against.
Basically, think like wasps in hit and run.
That's a reference I don't understand, so...
It's all the same thing. Once you kill 2 wasps, then no more have collision until you like reload the level. It's weird, but that's the way it works. I don't know 2 slugs left. Oh, there's one.
You can actually knock every slug off the level, but it's generally only worth it to go for one. Knocking one off makes the level way easier and way more consistent. But yeah, we can see here Baconman getting 60 computers nice and quickly. Shoutouts to the cutscene skip in this level, where if you set yourself up towards the end trigger, you can skip this dialogue here. It saves like 15 seconds and is almost impossible to actually viably go for, but maybe one day. So now we're on to our first actual, Sly level in World 5, a daring rescue. We're gonna load the game to skip the cutscene, and then we're gonna see Baconman go for the other Bentley skip setup. There are two setups for this. This one is a very recent development and kind of breaks even with the old setup. Ooh, that's unfortunate.
That is not a part of it.
Yeah, no, dying is not part of it.
But this part is. No, not that one. There we go. Okay.
Alright, there we go. That's just to lower the platform so that we can actually get up here. And Baconman is just going to do a bit of sneaking around here, and we'll see if we hit this.
That should be good. Whee!
Whoa, made it. And that just shoots us way over to the next trigger for the level after the one we're supposed to go to. Normally we're supposed to be trapped in the cage and we have to do a hacking minigame, but we could just skip over that and hit the trigger for the next level instead. So here is a temporary truce. This is our first escort mission out of 3, the 2 that we skipped earlier, where we just have to shoot down these slugs. Let's see if Sly will soft lock. Looks like he didn't. Sly has a good chance of just soft locking by running into a wall for no real reason. But here we're going to see Baconman just clear out these lights and just go through what is essentially just auto-scroller. And there we go, now Sly can just run right to the end.
Oh no, the slugs are coming.
There's a good chance that the slugs can align just right so that they proxy off of each other, and in very rare cases we'll get shot straight towards Sly's direction and kill him.
Oh.
So it's always funny if that ever happens. So now we're in Sinking Peril. This is our last platforming level, or fully platforming level, and there's a good few skips here. We'll see how well Baconman pulls them off here. First one,
Yep.
Nice and easy. Bit of a weird setup. The second skip here, we land on this cogwheel.
Okay.
Oh, we can recover this. Ah.
Whee! Okay, now it's for real.
There we go. That's the second skip. And now the third skip, which is a bit tricky, but once you get it down, it's pretty simple. We're gonna jump over to the next part of the level, like so. And that saves about 20 seconds. All of these skips save a lot of time, but I think that one is the biggest time save compared to optimally doing it. And now we're on to a strange reunion, aka the final boss. We load the game here because the game gives us a tutorial to use this jetpack, but we can just load the game and start the boss fight immediately. And this is Clockwork. He is Bird.
My Tilbird.
You're the weakest.
Quite indeed. We just have to shoot out his weak points that get exposed every now and then, and that's about the gist of Phase 1 and Phase 2. Phase 2 has some interesting things that we'll delve into, but first, an important 50-second cutscene that for some reason is over a minute on every other PAL language.
Nice shooting, Sly! You got him! Wow, that's one tough owl.
I don't get it. You're so familiar with my family.
No, we're gonna go
You must
overestimate.
know my father had a son. If you hated the Cooper so
No.
much, why did you let me live when you stole the Thievius Raccoonus?
Because I wanted to show the world about your precious book.
First time ever me going overestimate in a marathon run.
Well,
like this.
there's where you're wrong. The Thievius Raccoonus
No,
doesn't create
schedule
great thieves.
ruined.
It takes great thieves to create the Thievius Raccoonus.
Enough.
Luckily, we're about 15 minutes ahead at least we were.
Ends here. I will finish you like I finished your father.
Some unfortunate hiccups, but that's about the way Sly 1 goes in the reset settings. So now we're on to Phase 2. We have to position ourselves in the middle of these rings. And there's a fun chance that on the third phase we do a bunch of platforming. There's a very funny chance that these rings can just bounce off of those platforms and hit you without warning whatsoever. It doesn't happen a lot, but it can happen. Sometimes it'll hit you and sometimes it won't, and there's nothing you can do about it, so we'll just see here Baconman just pre-firing the shots that he has to take.
My intellect.
Nice simple optimization.
My experience is greater.
And phase 2 is just about done. There we go. And time's gonna come up shortly. We just have to hit one scary jump. This is our only chance. Let's go.
You've got to get to his head and destroy it before his auto.
And very nice. Alright, time's gonna come up very shortly.
Die. Oh, that was the best clockwork. Yay.
Hey, you hit him in 6
It took
hits.
some
That was
tricky
fast.
maneuvering, but I managed to snatch that last piece
Well,
of
it
the
was good
Thievius
job,
Raccoonus
Baconman.
from Clockwork's
Good run.
claw. I had taken
Hooray.
down each member of the Fiendish Five.
Only slightly
Molly,
over. We'll take
Mugshot,
that.
Ms. Ruby, the Panda King, and finally Clockwork. I'd beaten them all one by one and reclaimed my birthright.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, there was no
That is
way
it
I could
for
have gotten here
like
without the
for
help of my
Thievius
pals.
Raccoonus. Also known as Sly
I know
Raccoon.
this hasn't been easy for them, yet they
Woohoo.
stuck
It's a
with me
pretty fun
through it
speed
all.
game. I recommend everyone should play it.
Murray, boy, it took a lot of guts for him
If
to
you
get
don't
out
mind
the field
resetting
with me.
over
I know he was scared,
the few
but
first
he's got
splits
more
over and
heart
over
than
again.
anyone I've ever known.
Pretty much,
Thank
that's the
goodness
Sly
for
1
Bentley.
experience.
Without his
It's
expertise,
similar hit and run
I
actually,
never found
so
my
it's
way off
fine.
that rooftop in Paris. A guy couldn't ask for a better gang of friends. Who could ever
Yeah.
forget the lovely
I
Carmelita?
think that'll be me done for now.
Looks like we're not gonna be
although I will
friends
be back
anymore.
later on tonight to play Sly
Now that
3 and of
Clockwork's
course
death ray
Santa
is
Claus
out of
Saves the
commission,
Earth.
we're back to playing
Woo,
cops and
Santa.
robbers.
Looking forward to
I
that.
thought for sure she was gonna slap the
Oh, yeah.
handcuffs on me right then and there.
Well,
But instead, she
Thank you
was
very
true to
much,
her word
Bacon.
and gave me that
As
10-second
we'll
head
see you
start.
on later tonight. Coming up
10,
next, we've got
9,
Axie, who's going to be doing some Pikuniku for us.
6, 5,
So yeah,
4,
we'll head to the intermission.
3,
We're having a quick
2,
restream changeover as well, so we will be back shortly.